In this video, I would like to take a few minutes to review this week's assignment, creating your course project schedule. You should begin by reviewing the provided project charter for your project. Then you will start with the high-level scope items or milestones and break them down into individual project tasks. For each task, you'll need to provide a task name that describes the action that needs to be completed, the task duration, and any predecessor relationships that exist for that task. For the task durations, I'm not expecting you to have highly accurate durations that would take a considerable amount of time to determine. Instead, I'd like you to make your best guess estimates that are somewhat realistic. To receive full credit for the assignment, you're required to include 25 to 40 tasks in your schedule. These tasks should have a minimum duration of 2 hours, and they should be organized in chronological order and presented in a hierarchical structure. I will go into more detail about this later in the video. Resource availability and allocation does not need to be considered for this assignment. There are two deliverables that you need to submit for this assignment. The first is a project schedule file, either a .mmp file for those using MS Project or a .pod file for those using Project Libra. The second deliverable is an assignment narrative. This is an informal paragraph or two that describes your experience with the assignment, your approach to it, any challenges you encountered, and what you learned through the assignment. Now I'd like to show you how to organize your task in a hierarchical order for better readability and organization. First, we'll take a look at how to do this in MS Project. Let's go back to the project example of building a deck. Let's say in your project charter that you have a scope item of prepare the land for the deck. How would you break that down into individual task items? What actions are needed to prepare the land? We could start by staking the deck boundaries and then move on to clearing the trees as well as clearing the rocks. We can then go back up and change the duration of the tasks. For stake boundaries, let's say that will take us 4 hours. The clearing of the tree will take 2 days. And the clearing of the rocks will take 1 day. Now we need to determine if there are any predecessor relationships between the tasks. In this case, we can clear the trees and clear the rocks as soon as the boundaries have been staked. So we'll give them each a predecessor of 1. If we were to continue to go through the project charter scope items, we could have a lengthy list of tasks. If they're simply listed in chronological order, this could be difficult to read and understand. Also, maintaining them could be difficult. So for this assignment, I would like you to create headings and group your tasks together. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and add a new task and call it Prep Deck Site. I would then like the task that I've already added to be grouped underneath that. To do that, I can highlight a task and use this indent function for each of the tasks. Now each of those 3 tasks are grouped under the Prep Deck Site header, and you will see that the duration of that Prep Deck Site is 2.5 days, which is made up of staking the boundaries and clearing the trees. Some people like to remove the duration as well as the start and finish date from the headers just to have a more clean look. One other thing I would like to point out is that header tasks should not be used as predecessors. If there's a task that's going to start after these 3 tasks have been completed, then you would want to use the predecessor of either clearing the rocks or clearing the trees to move on rather than the task header. You can also see over in the Gantt chart that you have a graphical representation of this header. The header task will have a start date that starts with the first task, Monday the 23rd, and is finished when the last task finishes, which is Wednesday the 25th. Now we'll go over to Project Libra and build the same tasks. We will again begin by staking the boundaries. Clearing the trees, and clearing the rocks. Set our durations. As well as our predecessors. We can go ahead and insert a row for our header task. Prep backsite. We will then find the indent feature under the task menu. Highlight our task, indent for each of the tasks. Project Libra does not allow you to delete the duration and start and finish date, but again, you'll see that the duration is made up of the stake boundary and clear trees. Our Gantt chart has the header information with the tasks underneath it. Hopefully this video will help you get started on your assignment for this week. Again, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Have a great day.